Hey GolfPass, I'm Blair O'Neill alongside the Professor Martin Hall with a lesson to stop your hook.
Yeah, and this comes from a really great source. The two-time major champion from Texas, Jackie Burke, had some wonderful thoughts on how to stop the hook. You know, we talk a lot about stopping the slice, and certainly a lot of people do, but some very good players want to stop the hook.
Okay.
So this lesson could apply to anybody who hooks it, including those guys and girls who make a living on tour. The great Jackie Burke had some wonderful images for golf, and he would say use your imagination, and one of his thoughts about stopping the hook was that, gosh, you don't want to swing down the line or out to the right if you're trying to stop a hook. You need to come back on the inside. And he said to people, look, imagine you had an ice pick and you were standing on ice and you sort of inscribed a mark on the ice. Well, I thought, never mind this imagine stuff, I'll build me one.
Okay.
So in order to stop the hook, understanding that a hook is when you swing probably too much to the right and twist the hands over too much, look at this for an image. I've had this do almost miraculous things with good players. I've got my Jackie Burke ice pick and I'm going to scratch an arc on the ground, and you can see that's a pretty sharp arc I'm scratching on the ground. Now what does that do? It makes me turn my body, it keeps my hands quiet, it makes me swing, if anything, marginally left of the target. So the very idea of keeping the club down and scratching that arc on the ground in the ice there is very helpful. Couple that with the idea of dumping a bucket after you've scratched the ice. If you dump a bucket in this part of the swing, if you've got those two things going, an ice pick and a bucket, scratch the ice, dump the bucket, bye-bye, Mr. Hook. Scratch the ice, dump the bucket, bye-bye, Mr. Hook. And that's a great feeling to have when you have trouble down the left side. It could be out of bounds. I'm actually going to aim somewhere near those trees on the left side because this will come back. I'm going to scratch the ice and dump the bucket. That gets the swing going in the correct direction to hit a slight fade. It stops the club face closing too much. I love those thoughts from Jackie Burke. Here we are. Scratch the ice, dump the bucket. And you can see that puts a pretty hard fade on that golf ball. Now, that won't be the shot you want every time, but if you're trying to stop a hook, I don't know of a better way to do it than scratch the ice and dump the bucket.
Great tip right there, Martin. And for more great tips like this, make sure to watch an all-new episode of School of Golf now exclusively on GolfPass.